record. Oh, her computer is acting funny. Okay. We're just going to start without you, though.
I had a hard time signing on, too. I don't know what was going on.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was just my computer.
Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, ready? So, thanks for your videos today, guys. You guys did great on your videos. Everybody's starting to feel a little more comfortable making those videos, except for Maria, who threw me off today, but that's okay. It's all good, man. Oh, there's Chris. There you are. You made it.
I made it.
She made it. Okay. All right, so I think this actually might be our last Zoom call, Chris. Is that correct?
We're up to like day 38, so I don't know. Do the math.
Okay. May or may not be our last Zoom call. Okay, so we go through 45 days on Zoom calls. For the last 15 days of the month, which it's a 28-day month, so we might go a day or two into March, it's called 15-Day Push. And that's your last, like, 2 weeks where we are trying to get you guys to SC5 for the month or to Emerald for the month, okay? So it's your last 15 days push kind of thing for the month, okay? So it kind of changes focus. I'm teaching you guys what to do. It really holds you more accountable to trying to accomplish the goals that you're trying to reach, okay? So when we are ready to do that and make that switch on over, we'll just go ahead and do that, okay? But you guys will know, all right? Okay, so you guys made some great videos today. Thank you so much for those videos. So I just kind of want to run through them really quickly, and Kim, Chris, and I are going to talk about what you guys were having trouble with, okay? So I think the first person, is Trisha on here? Trisha's not even in here, is she?
Not yet.
Okay, so we'll skip Trisha for now. Laura is on the phone, and Laura had her questions on how long do you form before you're sending out the link or doing anything on the app. Kim, what do you think? Because Kim, you do, Kim, not Hawker, okay, Kim Phillips, okay? So Kim, when you're forming with people, how long are you forming with somebody before you kind of get to that ordering process?
Like I posted in the group, I try to get very deep with it. I've been doing something very different than when I first started. I'm trying to get very, very deep with them, into their deep why they want to lose the weight, how will it feel. It's like close your eyes, envision it. I kind of go back and forth that way. And then when I start to see that they really are getting, okay, they're done with all this baloney, they kind of want to either order or, you know, whatever. Then I kind of, I always get them on the phone. And I say, but I usually tend to try to get them on the phone before I send. It depends on how it goes, but I try my hardest to get them on the phone before I send the video. So they hear me, they hear my passion, and before I send I feel it's a little salesy when you just send them out a video, unless they want to see information, and then then you send it out, and then I touch base with them afterwards, and I'll get them on the phone. But I really like to get them on the phone and close off with, I never send anybody to my link, ever. Mm-hmm. I never send them to put an order on by themselves. I talk them through some people just go on, but I try to avoid it like the plague. Right. Because I feel like it needs to be done with me.
Yep.
So it's done right for one, and it's good customer service.
Exactly. I agree 100% with that. So I never send out my link either. But so I think when you're forming, Laura, or any of you guys, when you guys are forming with people, it's a matter of developing that relationship, right? So we're in the relationship marketing business. That's what we do. So you really have to develop a relationship with these people. And for the most part, you're probably still talking to a lot of people that you still know. So your forming shouldn't take that long for you guys right now, right? When you're in the business, as long as Kim and Chris and I have been in the business, you're really starting from scratch with a lot of people, so you're forming a lot longer, okay? So your lead time from when you start a conversation to when you actually get to that challenge pack sale, a lot longer. You guys should be working on a shorter period here, right? So it's really just kind of chatting, making that relationship, waiting for that opening in that conversation, right? So it's always a matter of, okay, well, great, I'm forming with this person, but I don't really know how to get the conversation to to Beachbody, right? Because we're all like that. So one of those things that you can always ask when you've gotten to a comfortable spot with that person is, so what do you do for a living now? Like, so what do you do for work now? And hopefully they'll answer you, and then you can tell them what you're doing with Beachbody, right? So that's kind of a good segue into that. So it really depends on your relationship that you have with somebody, Laura, on how long you have to form with somebody, right? The better you know somebody, the shorter you have to form with them. Chris, do you agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
on forming?
That pretty much covers. I mean, I pretty much do the same thing. It's sort of, I just go with the conversation. If you feel that you can, you know, it just depends on how it starts.
Yep, absolutely.
You have to just kind of feel, if you feel comfortable putting it out there, then go for it. If you don't feel it's the time, then just keep chatting like you would a normal conversation.
Right, exactly. I think one of the top Beachbody coaches at Summit had said, if you don't feel comfortable sending an invitation to your birthday party to whoever you're forming with, then you haven't formed enough. Sometimes I agree with that statement, sometimes I don't. All right, because I think sometimes we're like, okay, I mean, sometimes it takes somebody a long time to get to that point. And are you going to constantly form with them? No, eventually you have to get to the point where you ask them for that invitation to that challenge group, right? So just kind of keep that in mind depending on how your relationship is going, right? So that's the way I did it at first, was saying once I felt comfortable inviting them to my birthday party, I was going to invite them to a challenge group. Now I kind of cut it a little bit shorter. But I think that's kind of a good way to do it, right? Does that kind of make sense? Yes? Yeah? A little bit? Yes? No? Yeah? Yeah? Kind of, sort of? Okay, good. Okay. Erin, Caitlin, and Kim Hawker, you guys all had this kind of question too, was that you guys are selling product, but you're not really selling Shakeology, and you're not really selling challenge packs. Yes? Caitlin, that was you too, right? Yes? Yes, right? Yes? Okay. So Chris, when you talk to people and when you form with people, how do you, and you're talking about 21-day fix, but obviously you want to sell them a challenge pack. How do you go about handling that situation?
I've had a couple times. What I normally do is I tell them the results. They can get good results, but you're going to get better results with Shakeology, and at least try it for 30 days. You can always return it, so there's nothing to lose. And if they still don't, then I send them a free packet once they place their order for the 21-day. I'll send them out a sample of Shakeology. I'll ask them what their favorite flavor might be of choice, and I'll send them a sample. And sometimes that works, or I try to get them to do the 6-day challenge. It just depends on what the person wants. Or you just put them in the group and they see everybody else talking about Shakeology, and then they get interested in it. So, I mean, I would never, me personally, I always put them in a group so they can see other people drinking it and talking about it and how much, you know. And then if they're not happy with the results, I'm like, well, if you had Shakeology, you know, so let's try it. Now, I did have someone last month. She bought just the 21-day fix. Then she decided she wanted Shakeology. She took a sample. She did the 6-day challenge. And now she went and bought a challenge pack of T25 and is a coach. So it's never, count them out. Just constantly keep in touch with them. And some people just don't want it. I haven't really hit that too much, but it has happened a little bit.
Gotcha. So Sharon, this kind of related to your question, right? Saying that, you know what, your challenge group, your rules, right? So up to you. So if it's a 21-day fix challenge group, it's up to you if you want to include people who are drinking Shakeology or not. That's totally up to you. To Chris's point, I think it's a great idea to include everybody who's doing 21-day fix with or without Shakeology, because hopefully the people who are drinking it are talking about it and they're selling Shakeology to those people who haven't bought Shakeology. So I hope that, I'm going to unmute you. Hold on. Go ahead. Now you can talk.
I definitely agree with that. And I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't be looked down, like that I wasn't going my own route by including them as well. That's why, and these people definitely wanted it. And for different reasons, like I explained in the video, you know, so, and then I was thinking, okay, what happens next month if someone just doesn't want it? If I'm supposed to treat those people differently. So I'm glad you answered that way. So it's more.
Exactly.
You can run challenge groups whatever way you want to run them. Like I have one that's just kind of like everybody. There's no rules to it. I put people, as long as, I put just anybody, even if they have a free account, because they kind of get interested in what everybody else is doing. And then like I'll have a second, like I'm going to run one on the 23rd. It's just going to be for my like 5 people that bought the 21 Day Fix challenge group that we're going to focus, and we're all going to go through it day one. But in that group, I want everybody to have Shakeology and the program. So like, you know, I think it's totally up to you on how you want to run your stuff.
Right.
There's no rule.
So really there's no rules. I mean, really you can do whatever you want. And if you wanted to run 2 separate challenge groups too. But I think that you give yourself a better opportunity if you're including both, and the people who are drinking it are helping you sell Shakeology to those people. But to you guys though, who say, yeah, but I'm talking to somebody about Shakeology, and let's just say they don't have any health issues. They're just like, no, I don't want it, right? So Kim Hawker, this is kind of like you, right? When you're talking to people, and this is the way that I do it, okay? I have sold 1 fitness product without Shakeology in my 17 months as a Beachbody coach. 1. Just 1. Everybody else has bought a challenge pack for me. Here's what I do. I sell Shakeology, and then I upsell the fitness product. So if somebody says to me, oh, great, I'm interested in 21 Day Fix, great. We talk about their nutrition. We talk about what they're eating on a daily basis. We talk about how they're fueling their body. I talk about Shakeology, and we talk about how Shakeology is going to help them with whatever it is. I don't talk about the fitness product. Not at all. I don't talk about it until the very end when I've already gotten the commitment that, yes, they are ready for Shakeology. Well, great. For $10 extra, you can get 21 Day Fix on sale this month. $10. Spend the $10. You know what? We're at the point where we're talking about PiYo. You're getting PiYo for $30 versus $60. You know what I mean? So it's a matter of selling, and I don't mean by selling, I mean by sharing, right? It's by selling or sharing the more expensive product. That's the hardest part. So get that done first, and then sell the fitness product. Does that kind of make sense? Kim Hawker, I'm going to take you off of mute. Talk to me. Talk to us.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. A lot of people I run into are in, they want the 21 Day Fix, they want the workout program, they see my results, they know it comes with an eating program, but financially they see the challenge pack price and they don't want it. And so when they find out they can get the program for just $60, they just jump on that. And I don't want to lose them completely.
Mm-hmm.
And they're, you know what I mean? So they end up just getting the program. I put them in my challenge group, and you know, they're doing it, and that's that. But yeah, I struggle with promoting the Shakeology, I guess.
Okay. I want you in your I'm sorry, Chris. In your conversations, I want you to lead with Shakeology though, right? So if somebody reaches out to you, just out of the blue, let's just say they reach out to you and they say, hey, so tell me about this 21 Day Fix thing. And you start talking a little bit about 21 Day Fix. 21 Day Fix is about the nutrition, right? Yep. It's about the portion control. It's about the nutrition. 21 Day Fix, yeah, the workouts are great, but it's really not about the workouts. It's about the nutrition. Shakeology is absolutely about the nutrition. So you should be able to package that together and say, oh yeah, and then there's those workouts too. So you're going to get those 30-minute workouts in there too. But it's really focusing on that nutrition, right? So it's a matter of having more of those conversations on what they're lacking and what else they could be replacing, right? So Chris, Kim, we always talk about, you know, it's $4 a day. You go to Starbucks. You spend more than that at Starbucks, and that's not even a meal, and that's not even your supplements for the day. You know what I mean? Kim, what do you think? Kim Phillips.
You know, it's funny you say I've never until last week run into the problem where I couldn't sell the I couldn't sell the challenge pack. That was the first time ever. I basically say for $70 more or whatever, $60, $70, $80 more, you're going to try Shakeology. It's a great deal. Like, why would you not try it? You know, I've never had anybody say no. I don't know. I guess I've been lucky. I don't know. I don't even talk about Shakeology first. That's why I find that very interesting. I don't. I usually, we talk about their nutrition, of course, and all that, but I don't bring up Shakeology. I'm almost the opposite of what you do.
Yeah. I am too.
Yeah, I talk about the program because you're a trainer probably, so you want them to get it. I don't know, because you're already working out with them.
Not necessarily. I mean, I'm talking to people who are down in New Jersey. I'm not
you're right. Okay.
Down in Jersey.
Right.
You
so
know?
I guess I'm the opposite though. I just say basically, you know, for it comes together for the first time, getting a challenge pack. I just talk about what it's just a great deal. You know, basically you can't beat it. For the first time getting a challenge pack, you're getting so much for your money.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
that's
a lot of people, I don't even, because I don't usually send them to my site, so they don't even know that it's $60, like $59,
Yeah.
whatever it is. I try, the ones that do start researching it, I'm like, I give them a breakdown. I'm like, well, it's going to end up being with tax and shipping, it's going to be $70 or whatever it is. And then Shakeology is this, so why don't you just get the total, like Kim said? And then you show them, like, you know, by buying it through me, you're going to save whatever it is, $70. You know, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So Chris and Kim, do you guys, do you talk about the bottom of the bag guarantee at all with any of your customers or potential customers?
Not really. I just tell them, you know, they can postpone, cancel. I usually don't tell them they can return it unless they ask.
Kim Hawker, do you do that? Do you talk about the bottom of the bag guarantee?
me, Kim.
No,
No.
no, I mean, I brought it up with a couple who've been on the fence about it, but nobody's actually returned anything, so.
Gotcha. Maria, I'm going to ask you, do you talk about the bottom of the bag guarantee at all?
Yep,
You do?
I do.
And do you use that as a sales tactic?
I do. I say, and I always tell the story about Shane's brother. You know, I'm like, you could drink, you could send back an empty bag, and Beachbody will refund every penny of your money if you don't like it.
Right.
And
However,
I'll help them return it.
right. However, if they buy a challenge pack, they have to return the whole challenge pack. They can't just keep the fitness product. The whole challenge pack has to go back. Okay, so it's not like they can just return Shakeology, just so you know, okay?
Oh, I didn't even know that. Huh.
Yep. The whole
I
thing has-
actually had an issue. It's funny that you brought that up because they sent somebody the wrong flavor of Shakeology in the challenge pack, and they wouldn't let her exchange just the Shakeology. They wanted her to return the whole thing.
Right. Right.
I think it depends on who you might get, because I had someone that didn't like it, and they just swapped them out a new bag. So sometimes just keep
Calling.
pushing.
I think it's different if you don't like it. I think it's different if you don't like it versus, oh, this is just the wrong flavor. I didn't even open the bag.
Yeah, wrong. They should have just swapped
They
that.
should just swap that one out. Exactly. I'm going to put
Next
that.
time, just keep calling with customer service.
Yep.
Get your answer you want.
Okay. Let's see. Trisha, put you on the spot. Okay, you had an issue with cultivating new leads. Now, what exactly do you mean by cultivating new leads? Is that forming, or is that finding new people to talk to?
It's finding new people. The forming part, I think, is pretty straightforward. And like you mentioned before, you know, the forming that I'm doing right now is mostly with people that I know pretty well. So there's not a whole lot. You know, they're contacting me saying, tell me more about this thing you're doing. I'm not really selling them on it. They're coming to me because they want it. But yeah, it's really more, like you'd said, finding 2 or 3 more contacts a day on Facebook, joining new groups, like, you know, that part, and being proactive and finding ways to expand the network of people that I'm reaching and what I post.
Okay.
I'm a little bit challenged in that.
Okay. You have your high school yearbook handy? Pull out your high school yearbook. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Start looking that way. Your high school or your town might have its own group, right? You know what I mean? Like I have a high school page that's like from this, you know, graduated from this year to this year. So I went in there and I was like, oh, I know that person, and I know this person, and I know this person. Great, I'm going to save them some for tomorrow. You know, so it's just a matter of just go back to elementary school, go back to middle school, go back to high school, go back to college, look for people that you know, right? Think about, Chris, where else are you grabbing people from?
I'm doing mostly high school in different grades. I mean, I just see who we have a lot of mutual friends, and gotten 2 coaches out of it. I don't even know, you know, it's just pretend you know them. Oh, hey, how are you?
You're like, I don't even know half these people.
I know, you know them, and everybody remembers faces, and you just kind of start liking their posts a little bit, you know, don't be stalkerish. And then other people are just from like free groups. So you do the free 5-day water challenge, and you tell their friends to invite friends. So now that they're in your group, now you send them a friend request. Or they see, you know, you say, send me a friend request so I can add you, and most people will. Co-workers I used to work with, like high school part-time jobs, stuff like that.
That's a good one.
I've gotten a couple from there. Like, I worked at, a place where a lot of people work. So we all knew it was a, high turnaround. So everybody worked there. So everybody knew everybody.
Right. And then, up at the top of your screen where you have the little people icon where you get your friend request in there, you can also click on there and go find friends. And Facebook will make recommendations to you.
Yeah, I've been using that.
Yep.
And now that the weather's starting to, like I would start looking for event places like craft shows at schools and stuff like that, because they usually are looking for direct sales vendors. And most of the ones around us are like $25 maybe for a table, $35. So even if it's you and another person, just get people's emails at least. You don't normally make sales like that moment, but you're at least getting leads to follow up with.
Gotcha.
Got it.
Those are good places to expand to the people you don't know.
Gotcha. Okay. And then, Tricia, your other question was having a clear understanding of how to move forward.
Right.
So do you feel like, okay, now I don't know what to do?
Well, I feel like, I've only sold one so far. I'm cultivating leads, and I think that I'm getting there. I'm not pushing it as hard as I probably should be. But okay, so I signed my husband. What does he need to buy the next month to make sure that he's still active? What good does it do me to sign him and pay $150 if I don't have a second coach? You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, or do I sign like my mom? Do I get her on board too? But what if they're not actually going to pay for something every month? And now we just have two coaches who aren't buying something every month, but maybe I'm hitting SC5, but my coaches aren't active. I feel like there's all these different nuances, and I don't want to get bit in the butt if I sign, if I just take that next step and then I'm like, oh, I forgot that caveat. That's all.
Right. Yep. I totally get that. Okay. Well, for your husband, in order to be an active coach, they need to have 50 PV per month. Okay. Now, to do Shakeology is 90 PV. So you don't have to buy Shakeology through your husband's account for him to be active. Okay. PV means it's either your own personal usage or that's your retail sales. Okay. So, you can go into your back office and you can look at all those supplements that we have, or P90X bars, other things like that get you to your 50 PV without it having to be 90 PV and Shakeology. Okay, so there's one thing to consider there, right?
Or replace other product that I'm purchasing with something through Beachbody.
Absolutely, right? So if you're buying protein bars now, you might as well buy P90X bars.
Got it.
It's the same thing, you know what I mean? But now you're generating your PV there, so now he's active. You might need 2 boxes in order to hit his PV. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but there's all those supplements and other things like that too in there. E&E, if you want to start taking E&E too before your workouts, you could do that too. Okay, so there's all those things. You don't have to be doing Shakeology in order to be an active coach. Were you the one who asked about SC Success Club leads and free leads too?
Yes, I did hear from Karen a little bit on that too, because I just felt confused. So apparently if you're Emerald, you get unpaid leads every month, but if you're Emerald plus SC5, you get paid leads.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So if you are, but not just Emerald and not just SC5, you have to be a paid club member, right?
Okay.
And then your profile has to be at a minimum of 70%. I think we talked about this like way back when in the beginning, right? So so you would get free leads and you don't generate any volume or any money from those, but that's just a free lead for you to follow up on, okay?
Right.
But if you're Emerald and SC5 plus club member and plus your profile's at 70%, now you're going to get what they call Success Club customers, and if somebody orders Shakeology, then you're earning a commission on that, and you did absolutely nothing for that sale except for hit SC5 the previous month.
Got
right?
it.
So there's your two differences, right? But you have to be a club member and you have to have your profile done, okay? Does everybody have their profile at over 70%? I hope so. Sharon, get on that. Go ahead, Maria. Trish, I'm going to hit you again, okay?
If we're Emerald and we have SC5, we'll get commission off of a lead of that order.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Not if they're buying a fitness product, though. If they buy Shakeology, you'll get commission if they're buying Shakeology.
Not the first
okay.
time. The second time, right? Tina, it's not the first time though.
It's potentially.
Personal psychology.
Yeah.
It is?
Mm-hmm. 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 I
didn't
have a
even-
guy who buys 2 bags a month. He's a do not contact. Okay. Fine with me. I don't have to talk to you at all. I'll take you $60. Thank you very
Well,
much.
I have them too. I have a bunch of HD people, but I didn't think on the first order you got any commission. I thought it was the second time.
No, if it's Shakeology and it's Success Club lead, you get it. But if
Oh,
it's
okay.
a fitness product, right? So let's just say they bought T25, you're not
Right.
going to earn the commission for T25.
Okay. I'm learning.
You're learning. You're learning little by little. Okay, Donna, go ahead.
If it's not an HD order, do you still get commission off of that first one or no?
Nope.
Okay.
No. Oh, on a Shakeology?
On Shakeology, you do.
Someone just bought one bag.
Yes. Yes. Yep. You would.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. See? Kimla Phillips learned something new tonight. Oh, I've got 10 minutes. Okay. Wait, hold on. All right, Donna, I'm going to unmute you. How are you, Donna?
Good.
Good. All right. So where were you again? I was in my car listening to your video, so I didn't have a chance to write it down. So remind us what your issue is.
Pretty much the same thing everybody else is saying about the biting and the forming.
Okay. All right. Do you feel like we covered some of that tonight? So do you feel a
Yeah.
little more comfortable with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an over resounding. Yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to go.
No, I do.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay. All right. I'm going to unmute everybody. Okay. Because I don't know how to unmute all. So I'm going to go one by one. Bianca, we didn't hear from you today. We didn't hear a video from you today.
I got home after the call started, which is why I had to call in. I haven't even been home yet. I just got home, so.
Gotcha. Okay, so tell us then what, Lauren, I'm going to keep you muted because you're at work. So Bianca, what was your issue, problem?
Tomorrow she's going to school.
Oh, look, now I got all this feedback on everybody, right? Go ahead.
Yeah.
So go ahead. What was your, like, my question was, like, what you guys were having success with and what you guys were having issues with, and we wanted to address your issues.
I think my biggest issue is, it's really been mentioned, I've had a lot of people who are very interested in the fitness products, and they just won't commit to the Shakeology. They don't want to pay the money for the Shakeology. But I saw, I think it was Maria, I think you posted, or someone posted about this. Oh no, it was one of the top coaches, the woman that just spoke a couple weeks ago. She posted a meme about a 6-day sample thing where she was selling them for $30 if you don't want to commit to the, full month's worth. And I really like that idea. So I think I'm going to try that approach because I have a lot of people who, if they tried it, they would probably commit.
Okay, good. So, I mean, Kelly Wayne puts all of those promotional posts in Wild Impact, right? So you guys should be using those. Kelly Wayne is amazing at all that marketing stuff, and she'll post all that stuff in Wild Impact. So I want you guys to grab those and use those and create interesting posts and put those pictures in there. So if you can go out there and if you can use that 6-pack for $30, go ahead and do that. That's fabulous. You know what I mean? And that's a great introduction for somebody to try Shakeology without a $130 commitment there, without a doubt.
I have a question.
Yep.
My question is, so when you do that, what is the best approach then? Do I purchase like the 24 pack that has the different flavors and make my own, or do I, like, how do I go about setting up samples to sell to people?
Yep.
Because I have a lot of local people.
Yeah. No, you're fine. So the way that Kelly Wayne does it is that you can buy 6 different flavors for $30 from her, plus shipping. So there's some kind of shipping. So this way you don't have to outlay all that cash to Beachbody to buy the triple combo pack, to buy Greenberry, to get the vegan and all that stuff, because that's a lot of money. So
Yeah.
you can put it out there to your potential customers, and you could have 5 people who say, yeah, I want to do that. Great. So you reach out to Kelly Wayne and you say, I'm going to buy 5 of those 6-packs. And so you're going to pay her, and it's like via PayPal or something like that, where you're going to go ahead and buy those from her. So she's going to send you 6 or however many 6-packs that you need without you having to lay out all that cash for all of those things.
Okay.
That makes sense?
I did that, and it's really great. And she also includes this insert that, like, you can give your customers that are like tips on how to make it. and all that. It's really good.
Great. Go ahead, Jennifer.
Sorry, I'm trying not to talk too loud, but if she sends them to you, then do I send them to the people who have ordered them?
Yes.
How does that work?
Yep. It's going to be your responsibility to get it to your customers. So if it's somebody local, you can meet up with them and give them the 6 samples. If it's somebody that you need to mail it to, you're going to have to go ahead and mail it to them.
I thought she sent it directly to them. She doesn't do
Yeah,
that.
I think she sends it directly to them.
Does she still? Because I thought she didn't do that anymore.
I'm not sure. We do our own on our team.
My own.
But
Yeah, I think it got to be too much for her to be fielding in all of these requests from all these different customers. So she said, I'm just going to work with the coaches. So if you wanted them, that you could buy them from her. So Bianca and Jennifer, there's a post in Wild Impact from her that'll have all of that information in there. You'll see all of her little marketing promotional things in there. So in there, she probably has a little bit more detail on how you can go about ordering those and whether or not she'll ship those to your customers or not. Because it doesn't sound like the 3 of us know. Anybody else know if she's doing that? No? Jim? Maria? No? Okay.
No, I'm just going to say one thing really quick, and I had a lot of success with the Shakeology sampling, because what she used to do, she's doing it different. Now it's Shakeology School. So what I suggest, if you get people in it, is you have them do like a little challenge of your own and say, hey, Chris, I see you're doing a challenge. I challenge you to post your picture of your shake and how you made it on your personal wall and tag me, and then you'll get likes, and then you get more people to form with. And that worked so well for me. I had like one time, I'm from a couple people that were in, I had like 40 people to reach out to. So it was like, you get a lot. So it's really worth it to put that Shakeology sampling out there. It really is a great. For $30 or for whatever it is, I do my own. So I usually, I have my own sample, so $30 I charge, and you could form with so many more people. So that's another way of forming.
Awesome. Great. So we've got 3 minutes left. Questions, last remaining questions. Nope. Nobody's waving. Nobody says any more questions. That's it? You sure? Lauren's got a question. I knew somebody would have another question. Go ahead, Lauren.
All right, so I want to order E&E for my husband and I, and he's one of my coaches. He's on my left leg. So should I order it under his account?
Yeah.
Like, I get confused as to where to order.
Yep. If you have your spouse set up under you, you should be ordering through your spouse's account. So this way you're generating volume on that side. You're an Emerald, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Order it through your spouse's account. Yep. So you'll log in.
That's what I figured, because then I get the volume that way. So.
Correct. Yep. That is correct. Yep. Yeah, Caitlin.
Going off of that, when you put a customer under your spouse's account, do you just monitor the 2 accounts?
yeah, there should be a form you can fill out that gives you access to that account, so you don't have to have them. It's in the online office if you didn't fill it out already.
So how do you sign them up under his account? Like, do you go in and do the app, or what do you do?
Yeah, just have them go to his website, the screen name you gave, and just say, we work together, and I'm going to put you under here.
Right.
Definitely talk to your coach first to make sure that it's that time to start building him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it depends on if you're in a cup team. If you've hit SC5 and then you're going to start developing his account, then for the most part you're fine. But definitely talk to your coach, because there is a strategy to it on when to do it and when not to do it. So definitely talk to your upline and find out the best time to do that though.
Okay.
Okay, Maria, did you have a question? No. Okay. Other questions? 1 minute and 41 seconds left. Anyone? Going once. Going twice. All right. I think we will make next Wednesday our last Zoom call, even though we may or may not be done with Coach Basics by then. So this way we can wrap up any kind of last minute things that you guys have right before we get to that 15-day push, to make sure that all of you guys are hitting Success Club this month, and the ones who have not hit Emerald yet, we're going to push you really hard to hit Emerald this month too, okay? Last question. You sure? No? Okay, I'm going to stop recording.